Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. We are releasing a special investigation today into the city of McCausland. It is in Scott County. Population about 300. Bottom line here is that the clerk of McCausland in Scott County ended up writing herself checks to the tune of over $63,000, along with $2,000 in unsupported payments as well. This is sort of a classic timeline for a financial deed misdoer. You oftentimes see them start slowly and then gain speed in the rate at which they misspend money as they become more comfortable. Out of the $63,000, literally 55 of it came within the last month of her employment. It was on March 17th of 2025 that the bank notified the city officials of suspicious activity on the city's accounts, including that the City Clerk Sheila Bosworth was using the mayor's electronic signature to issue checks to herself. A week after that notification from the bank, the city placed Bosworth on leave, and the month after that, she retired. It was leading up to that March 17th date, it was from February 21st to March 17th that she misspent $55,000 of those $63,000. Oftentimes people are wondering if they have an opportunity to misspend money, and then when they realize they do, they take advantage of that opportunity more and more rapidly. That is exactly what happened here. When she was asked about it by a Scott County deputy sheriff, she stated, "I made a mistake, but I'm paying it back." There is no evidence that we saw that she was repaying any of the money that she admitted taking. She also had $4,800 in checks to herself for cash, $2,000 in improper disbursements, which was identified as a cash advance on her salary, and about $3,700 in improper and unsupported credit card purchases. When she was asked about this, she also told the Scott County detective that this was all due to a failure in a cryptocurrency investment or a cryptocurrency scheme. Some of these unsupported charges were to Bitdefender. She said that she was going to repay the city after getting funds from Bitcoin investments, and that some of the checks that were cashed were deposited into Bitcoin ATMs. We did attempt to interview Bosworth, and she declined that opportunity. I am happy to answer any questions.
How long has she worked for the city?
Since 2009, so this was a long time that she was there.
Did some clerks work for multiple cities? Was this her only city clerk job?
I'm not aware of her having been working in other cities. That doesn't mean that she wasn't. It was a part-time job, usually 8 to 12 hours a week, and she was paid hourly, so there were no benefits, no paid time off, no vacation, so that kept this review relatively simple. But I can't tell you right now whether or not she was employed in other cities as well.
So I've been following these kind of cases for a while.
Yes, you have.
Particularly in small towns, is there something that the state should do in regards to helping small towns find a capable person to be the city clerk, or audit the finances more thoroughly?
Look, there's a really easy answer to this, and I've been saying it for years. It should be mandatory prison time for stealing large amounts of money from taxpayers. Again, we see time and time again that people steal a bunch of money, and they catch the judge on the right day, and the judge says, well, you can't pay it back if you're in prison. And so they give them probation, and then the Department of Corrections puts them on a payment plan so that they're going to have all the money paid back by the time they're 486 years old. It's not justice, and it doesn't demonstrate to people that these kinds of crimes are taken seriously. This legislature, just like the one before it and the one before that, should make it a mandatory prison sentence for people who steal large amounts of money from taxpayers. That would send a message that this kind of crime is taken seriously and it has a real consequence for you if you do it. Now, I love a good audit, okay? We need more auditors in the state of Iowa, but simply requiring additional reviews there, we are already in a workforce crisis for the number of auditing firms that are willing to do yellow book audits, aka government public sector audits. We need to have more of them doing that. We have also proposed legislation in the past that would allow payments from public entities, so the money that a CPA firm makes from doing public sector audits to be tax exempt. That would help give a lot of these firms an additional incentive to do yellow book audits. That would help. But we need more auditors doing the work that needs to be done and doing it with more depth. Those would be the answers that would be effective there. Alrighty. Pretty straightforward. Oh, sure.
Yes.
Hi, this is Sarah with the Quad City Times.
Hey, Sarah.
You mentioned that she told a Scott County sheriff that she was working with a Bitcoin investor. Was she being scammed?
What I said was, I did not say anything about working with an investor. I said that she attributed her misconduct to a failed cryptocurrency scheme, and some of the unsupported charges were to Bitdefender, and that some of the checks were deposited into Bitcoin ATMs. That is what we know and can report today.
Anyone else?
All righty. Thanks for being here.